Yo. Alright. You know I gotta get me a new phone. What up, full moon people? What up, man? What the full moon people at? Supposed to be sleep. What the full moon people at? Those y'all that be on the full moon. Hold on, man. That's too damn bright. But let me get away from it. Alright. Yo. What's up? Where the full moon people at, man? Where y'all at, man? Quick thumbs up, man. Quick people that's in here real fast, do a quick thumbs up. Um, I just gotta lay something down real fast for the Astro record. You know what I'm saying? So, I do an email blast when I want everybody to come together and gather. You know what I mean? If I go live, I just want to put something on the record, man. Filmmakers, what's happening? Peace, bro. Should I need filmmakers in my life, man? You know what I mean? For real, for real. And seriously, I got some shit in the head that definitely needs to be on film. You know what I'm saying? All day. You know. So look, man, I'm gonna share this with y'all, right? So I like to look at this astrocraft from a perspective of generations and eons and times, ages, and an age is set. Yeah, please do. Yeah, definitely email. Um, Ages. Each sign gets an age. For 2,160 years. You know what I'm saying, to be precise, as they say. All right. So um, that theme of that sign will be the main theme. That sign says for the next 2,000 years, humanity will have more of a focus of the forefront of their minds, the principles that's associated with that particular sign. Okay, and so now we say we in the age of Aquarius, right? All right, cool. What that look like? That's technology. You ain't gonna tell me, this ain't the age of technology. You tripping? It's definitely the age of tech. The previous age we were in were Pisces, which deals with more of a spiritual, to a degree religious, confusion, mysteries, illusionary. Um, you were in that particular age. Now you're in the age of enlightenment, the age of Aquarius. Um, you know, it's Aquarius. You know what I'm saying? It's genius. It's outside of the box. It's freedom. It's revolution. But it's the social group. You understand what I'm saying? It's also technology. Maybe the revolution has already been technology size. Fuck being televised. It's been technology size. And so the revolution may look like it may be corporate sponsorships. It's not necessarily a bloody war. Can be, don't have to be. And that's what humanity is gearing itself up towards. You understand what I'm saying? Because this is the age of some form of rebellion. Because the next age that we're going into in 2,000 years later will be Capricorn, which is going to be some motherfucking law and some structure to some shit. Understand what I'm saying? So that possibly means out of chaos, which is Uranus in the Aquarius age, right? Out of chaos comes order. All right. So this is an age of potential just 2,000 years of fucking chaos too, but it's also enlightenment. So now you have to pick a side. Pick a side, nigga. You gotta pick a side. As humanity, you gotta pick a side. Are you going to be on the chaotic side as the receiver, or are you going to be on the abundant side in the sense as the sender and receiver? You feel me? And so you know Yeah, you gotta pick a side, man, because see, Aquarius is the sign that is going to deal with um, making sure that the group, like, it's literally humanity itself. So that's every single person on the earth. If you're a human being, you're part of humanity. Aquarius is every single human being on the earth. Okay? This is a 2,000-year window for you to fulfill something great, hence the full moon here. All right? Now, my niggas. Okay? Because part two of this full moon in Aquarius, sure, it's the fulfillment of friendships, the fulfillment of doing something on social media. You got a business, you need to put that shit out there. You need to do some type of promo. You need to do some type of social gathering, in a sense. You can do that now, or the fulfillment of really rich friends. Okay, how you get that? Because Aquarius is rich. The full moon is fulfillment. And I'm sorry, Aquarius is friends. And Jupiter being right there. Because Jupiter's in the sky right next to the full moon right now represents the abundance and the richness. Okay? So now, all right, this could be you as a prosperous friend. This could be you as a friend with wisdom, because Jupiter is wisdom. Or it can be a combination of all of the above. Okay? And so that energy is there, personally. But on a global scale, hey, we gonna have to understand that, wasn't it 2015 or no 17? Wasn't it 2017 August 21st, the American eclipse, total solar annual eclipse? In other words, a new moon was over. If the full moon's right here in Aquarius right now, then opposite that is Leo. And on August 21st, where the sun is in the sky, we saw the moon block it out. So now what you're telling me is this is the first full moon that's directly opposite that point, that landed on the same day as the solar eclipse a couple years ago. Okay? So now we're talking about getting ready for the fulfillment of the American eclipse. Okay? And so I'm gonna have to start doing something just to get the algorithm, in a sense, on this 2024 eclipse. I said it back in 17. I was 7 years ahead of the game. Listen, it's a known fact, man. It's a known fact that for sure, I'm definitely, without a shadow of a doubt, I'm the ambassador of the goddamn Aquarian age. Like it's just what it is, right? And when you look at the body of politics, the work that's really there for myself and the prime minister, like, it's literally, y'all seen me do airplanes, in the sense, like, okay, if one's going to crash, it crash. Do you know that they say that the chance of an airplane crashing is 1 out of 11 million? And you know that we've done that several times by being studious to this craft. Okay? And so we're talking about the future. And so this eclipse that's coming in 2024, I think it's April the 8th, it's going to be an eclipse that's going to cross the path of the American eclipse, the first one. Which, by the way, how can I be forgetting? I think that Nat Turner, if I'm not mistaken, right? Nat Turner, that's better. Nat Turner, started his rebellion on August 21st. Okay? So this, I'm telling you, this has got the American all on it. Alright? And so the first American eclipse actually came and activated the spirit of Nat Turner. But you already know this because through The movies, Nat Turner ended up making this cell phone. That shit's on Netflix or one of those channels, right? So that spirit becomes activated. Okay. And so now, when the second eclipse comes, it's going to cross where the other eclipse was, which that cross is going to take place in southern Illinois. I talked about this over and over again. So I'm just showing you tonight how this full moon is on the same day that the eclipse was in 2017. See what I'm saying? And I bet you for the most part, I don't think a lot of people talking about that. It's just amazed at the full moon in Aquarius, and that's cool. But there's a what up? There's a there's a global aspect of this thing that we gotta encompass because again, Aquarius is it encompasses everyone. You know what I mean? You good? All right. All right. So X marks the spot in southern Illinois. All right. X marks the spot in southern Illinois. And so this is the time that you go Voltron. This is a time really where it's time to have your harmonic convergence. Yeah. In 1987 that was done by a gentleman by the name of Dr. Jose Arguelles. Alright. Alright. Peace, what up? So knowing that, you know what I mean? Only thing we gotta do is just replicate the law. Cosmic law dictates that, you know what I'm saying? Like, okay. And that's what we rolling on for the next, you know what I'm saying? X amount of time, whatever the timeline permits. That's what we building on. That's what type of time we on. Everybody talking about what time we on, but I promise you probably can't even draw a circle in the earth going around the sun and put a calendar around that shit and make it all make sense and put your cardinal directions down on that shit. Watch you be lost. You can't even circumscribe your reality, chump. Seriously. You know what I'm saying? Can you sit down with a piece of paper and circumscribe your reality in which you exist within this system of watching these planets and shit? You understand what I'm saying? And it don't mean that everybody has to. But I will say this. On the path of enlightenment, there's a knowledge side of some things, and then there's just a pure, blissful, meditative side of some shit. You understand what I'm saying? And that's the beautiful thing about the masculine and the feminine, if you understand it at its core. You really understand it at its core. Right? And so I think Aquarius is pouring water, which is a feminine element. Although Aquarius is an air sign, its symbol looks like it's pouring water, fertilizing the earth. Alright. Pouring the water down. So the age of Bob Marley, this is why you love Bob Marley. I always say it's why you love Tupac, man, because his Mars was in Aquarius. Mars represents passion. You love the Gemini crazy part of him, but you definitely love his passion. That's his Mars in Aquarius for the people. You see? I'd be remiss if I don't say Abe Lincoln. Got it all the way fucked up. I can't not put in Abe motherfucking Lincoln. Man, I was doing this the other day, y'all. Alright, so on you know that 1789 is the official the official implementation of the Constitution, right? It's amended, and so the Constitution is fully in effect, right? 1789, all right, 1789, all right. So the slaves are free via civil war when General Lee asked surrender. I don't give a fuck what nobody tell y'all. Trust me when I tell y'all this, okay? When General Lee surrendered April 9th, when did I tell y'all the eclipse was coming? April the 8th, 2024. Okay? Now, when General Lee surrendered, alright, trust me, slavery was over. They had one more army, which was Joe Johnson. He got his army, which, by the way, he got his ass beat so bad in Georgia, they took him off his post and put John Bell Hood in Georgia for the Confederates. And then Hood ended up going back out, and Johnson come back in, and he lead the Carolina campaigns against William Sherman. William Sherman fucked that boy up, right? So this is the dude who wrote 40 Acres and a Mule who fucked him up. He surrendered April 26, 1865. And then the legend is, in Texas in June, a Union soldier rode in like, yo, good news, slavery, this shit is over, Civil War is over. They get the news all late. But fuck it, June is a good time for some barbecue, do what you do, all right? Versus celebrating April the 8th and shit, where it's rainy and still kind of cold, depending where you at, all right? So, that's the end. So if you look at 1865 and you subtract 1789, you get 76 years, which is 1776, Declaration of Independence. 1776 is what they really saying is the birth of America, hence the Philadelphia 76ers, okay? So we know 76 is the shit, 1776, okay? So I've already shown in the previous video, well shit, just 2 years prior to the Declaration of Independence in 1774, there's a document called the Articles of Association, in which is pretty much the pre-Declaration of Independence 2 years prior, but it lists its grievances with King George, and told King George as the first order of business was, we're not going to do business no more, we're not going to buy your molasses. The colonies, United States of America, we're not going to buy your molasses, we ain't going to buy your sugars, we ain't going to buy no tea from you from the East Indian Tea Company and shit, and we ain't going to sell shit to you. And we just ain't going to do business with each other. So that's going to be the first thing we're going to do, establish. We ain't doing business with each other. The second order of business, we will wholly discontinue the use of slavery. Okay? We not participating in slavery. We not hiring any vessels that got fucking slaves on them. We ain't fucking with slavery. This is the colonial white boys in 1774. That's actually your drafters, and then later one became president of this newfound army that had it on the record that they were against slavery. Way before the Constitution, okay? It's like, what, 15 years before the Constitution, there was already a document called the Articles of Association that says, hey, goddammit, we ain't fucking with that slave shit. And grievance number 2. Fact check me. Alright? Now, that's interesting. That's interesting. Because now we see what their intention is. They're against slavery. Alright? Alright. So see how the shit unfolded exactly 76 years later. When, bam. You know what I mean? When slaves surrendered. So now, this eclipse, the second eclipse coming in on the 8th, that's coming on the eve of when the Confederates surrender. Now, if you pay attention to a map, ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you that southern Illinois is where X marks the spot. So if you drew an X over the Mississippi River at southern Illinois, let's call it Cairo, Illinois. Very interesting because you have a Cairo, Egypt. Very interesting because southern Illinois is known as Little Egypt. We talked about this several times. Okay? You have a city in Illinois called Thebes. You have a city in Illinois called Karnak. You have a park in Illinois called Pyramid State Park. You got a few Egyptian cities named in southern Illinois. And not only that, the way the Mississippi River runs, y'all put Thebes as a town and put Cairo as a town, and it matches exactly what happens in Africa, whereas Cairo is more at the bottom and Thebes is at what we would call the top. Okay, if I'm not mistaken. All right, it's the inverse rather. And so there's a mirroring effect that's taking place over here. But right below that goddamn Ohio River, because this Cairo is where the Ohio and the Mississippi meet. Okay, this is your blue and white Nile of the Americas. Okay, and so now that's the X part, southern tip of Illinois, and when you come below the Ohio River, like right where the X marks off at, technically you were in border state Confederate territory, historically speaking. Kentucky, we can say more of a border, had slaves, but border didn't go Confederate. Right? Missouri, it was it, man. Shit, Missouri wanted to come into the Union as a slave state. That's why it was created the Missouri Compromise. You see, that's what I'm saying. The Missouri Compromise, we don't even remember, and the Missouri Compromise was the one that said, oh, you want to come in as a slave state? Okay, watch this. Hey, Maine, how would you like to come into the United States of America as a new free state? See, somebody playing checkers. I mean, I'm sorry, chess, not checkers. Because look, they playing states. Like a whole new state tried to come into the Union called Missouri and wanted to have the option of having slaves. And they said, okay, all right, I'll tell you what, it's going to be another state that's going to come in called Maine. They don't have slaves. Who's making that call? Who's doing that? That's the shit that I fuck with. That's the shit I fuck with in history, right there. You know what I'm saying? Because now you get a whole new narrative that it was a plan before the founding of this shit to get you out that situation. You know what I'm saying? And then that shit happens. It amazes me. So this eclipse that's coming, to a degree, it's like X is marking the spot, and then it can't make me help but think, but you know, fuck, man, rest in peace, DMX, rest in peace, XXX Extension. You understand what I'm saying? Like the X's. Like the X's. The X's is marking the spot. X marks the spot. What is the fucking spot? That's what the spirit is trying to tell motherfuckers. You understand what I'm saying? Like these chain of events that be happening. You know what I mean? Like what's the meaning? You dig? Like what's the meaning of it? Like why God? In other words, all right. And so on a global scale, again, it's pointing to back to this issue has not been resolved, and it's real clear the slave issue has not been resolved. Therefore, the psychological and artistic words that's being expressed through music into the ether is creating motherfucking reality unbeknownst to us. The spoken word, which is also your thought manifest as well. Okay, is creating reality. You know what I'm saying? That's why it'd be funny as hell when people be looking at the positive shit on the vision board, but that means you can't lend your attention. If your attention activates positive shit in your life and creates these new things for you, then that means you can spend absolutely no time on anything negative. I mean absolutely none. Because your attention just manifested something new that you wanted in your life. Okay? So you have no time to observe other shit. This is why the news got to come to me by ear so my eyes don't see it. You see what I'm saying? And so, but anyway, yeah, since that issue, that slave issue is unresolved, the tensions is going to build up, and the way that it keep on building up like a volcano, unfortunately, it has to be like, you know, it has been playing itself out as like police killings, shit like that, you know, to stir the racial pot of the etheric cord that's connected to this shit. All right, all of this can stop if we, in my opinion, we got to put there's a certain disclaimer that needs to go in front of all music that makes it therapy, an expression of that to nullify the future effect and also show maturity from what a person was and currently is. Viewer discretion advised, almost in a sense, but you know, I baffle myself sometimes, man, in the sense of how complex You know, we make this shit, human beings, that we make this shit so motherfucking hard. And and I get it. I get it. I really do. Cause that goddamn slave shit fucked motherfuckers up. It did. It did. Can't deny that shit. You can't. You know what I mean? You just can't deny it. Fuck motherfuckers up, man. We gotta progress to a point within consciousness where we gotta build. You gotta build your own. You gotta fuck it. You gotta create your own bill. See, I'm gonna tell you something about me and this shit, man. I was the motherfucker when I was in that conscious shit. You understand what I'm saying? I was the one that made cosmic art of war. I was the one that within that cosmic art of war, I was calling out the respective thought of the day. So if it was Sarah Suit and Seti, then you saw the Black Power Cartel on there. If it was Dr. Umar Johnson, say what you wanna, you know what I mean? A giant in his own right. If you saw a New Covenant brother Polite, a giant in his own right. If you saw Ali Muhammad and his brother, a giant in his own right. You understand what I'm saying? I'm looking at motherfuckers who can write law. Motherfuckers is cashing big ass checks on that sovereignty shit. I ain't never played that sovereignty thing. But you know, motherfuckers got paid on that sovereignty shit, right? When that was the shit. You know what I'm saying? But it was a beautiful exegesis in looking at brothers understand law and become effective with it too. You know what I'm saying? And I was like, oh shit. Anybody on that side of the ledger, them niggas is like legislators, and you know what I'm saying, in the legislative branch, the Congress and shit. You know what I'm saying? And then you had the guerrillas. You know what I'm saying? You had the niggas that always gotta be security deep. They think they the guerrillas. You know what I'm saying? And so, oh shit, that's you know, that's the black power. The niggas is angry. The Hebrew Israelite on the street shit. You know what I'm saying? So, oh okay, them the enforcers. That's the executive branch of government. You know what I'm saying? Cool. Alright. And then the last branch is the spiritual cats. You know what I'm saying? The bishops right next to the kings and the queens. You know what I'm saying? On the chessboard. So, you know, that's people of spiritual accord are the ones that represent the Supreme Court. You know what I'm saying? You know, one of my mans came through the other day. You know what I'm saying? He was like, man, you heard about Brother Polite? You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, it's like crazy. What you think? I said, I don't have no thought. You understand what I'm saying? You can have a thought, but I gotta check my thought, and most importantly, there's a motherfucking process of anything when you just dealing with truth. It's a process, so the process gotta go through this motherfucking process. How dare I even take a motherfucking side when I don't even have the motherfucking facts to take a side? So technically, see, that's what I mean by we got to get our mind to a point where we get supreme wisdom, because supreme wisdom is represented by the Supreme Court, and we got to fuck with that. You understand what I'm saying? That system is a beautiful design system when you being truthful. You understand what I'm saying? You have some dishonest motherfuckers in the Supreme Court. Let's call them the fuck out. And we know what it is historically. It's called the Taney years, or Taney years. Roger Taney. That's the motherfucker who said Dred Scott wasn't a citizen and niggas could never be citizens and always will bow down to the white man. That motherfucker had slaves. Fuck him. How dare he have motherfucking the even the vote, let alone the capacity to actually be a chief justice. But that was that time. That was his side. You understand what I'm saying? And as soon as that motherfucker died, Abe Lincoln didn't even give a speech because Abe said, "Fuck that pussy motherfucker." All right, and Abe ain't go to his motherfucking grave. Check the record. Anybody. And the next Supreme Court justice was Salmon P. Chase, which Chase Bank is named after to this day, who was an abolitionist coming from motherfucking Ohio, defending a slave, which was a mulatto girl named Matilda. in Cincinnati. A put an abolitionist attorney who later became a judge for the state, and then put him in as the chief justice. And you gonna tell me my man that had no sentiment for the motherfucking slaves? Then why he put that kind of motherfucking in power as the chief justice immediately after the motherfucking judge who said niggas can't be citizens? You don't want to do this shit. I wear this American hat motherfucking proudly, fucking proudly, and I best reckon y'all do too. Pick a side, goddammit. You either American or Confederate. This is what this goddamn eclipse is really talking about. Shit, I just gotta say it. Either you're American or you Confederate. You feel me? One day, man, I'm gonna do a listening party with y'all and just really vibe out with y'all. Y'all can tell I'm just buzzing and kicking the shit, man. I'm naturally high. Third day, no motherfucking meat. I think I look gorgeous myself, you know. Um, man, I just shoot the shit with you, man. I gotta shoot the shit with you. Because there's so much shit I be wanting to say. And y'all know, man, if y'all know me from old, man, you know, I swear to you, man, I'll be a guest on motherfucking show. And they always gotta tell Jew to come tell me I gotta chill when I motherfucking talk. Straight up. Like, I'll be wanting to have a conversation about some conscious shit, and I guess I'll be going too far to make it into human responsibility or some shit, because I can tie it together. And I gotta get motherfucking muffled and shit. Motherfuckers don't want to motherfucking talk and shit, and I gotta chill. Why? Because this shit require motherfucking action at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And so, anyway, um, yeah, man. So this American eclipse, you know what I'm saying? We got Voltron up, man. When I say Voltron up, seriously, on April 8th, man, this is the time that you gotta get motherfucking in tune. You gotta get in tune with the motherfucking galactic shit, man. I'm talking about the Earth got a motherfucking core. It's time to light the core up. Time to turn the motherfucking core all the way up. Literally. And marry that shit with Sirius. You know? So we have to do. Salute to Dr. Frances Cress Welsing. Man, do you understand? I think she departed on January the 2nd, if I'm not mistaken. Right? That's the only time that the Earth is going in between the sun and Sirius. Like, if you can understand what I just said, like, the only time, like, I always say, imagine a piece of paper. To the far left is Sirius, then in the middle is the Earth, and then to the right is the sun. So as the Earth is in the middle, and imagine the Earth in the middle has to go a circle around the sun. Like, this is the only time of year that this happens. Hence New Year, right? This whole portal, that pocket of New Year is predicated upon that star. That star was personified as the goddess Isis. She writes the Isis papers and die when the Earth is in complete straight alignment with the Isis star. Get the fuck out of here. Where was she from? I'll tell you where she's from. As the ambassador of the Aquarian age, I'm about to start. They're making me get in costume and shit and come out of the motherfucking spaceship like motherfucking George motherfucking Clinton, because I'll do that shit, right? But as the ambassador of the Aquarian age, what's happening with that, all right? What's happening with that is, man, you are the God. And we can't play with that. I think we play with that. I don't think we really believe that shit. Ye are God's children of the Most High. You don't really believe that shit. Because if you really believe you was God, you would put out the motherfucking fires. You would show the glory of God. I think this is what humanity has to be called out on. And I'm telling you, this is coming from the ambassadors of the age of Aquarius telling you what's the problem. We all say we believe. Take every civilized nation that run the motherfucking world, okay? All got a God that they believe in. Most make you swear in on the book. Okay? Okay. We don't care about the God you believe in. That ain't the issue. The issue is humanity is, and mark my words on this shit. I'm like, this is a title. Bastards of God. That's what humanity is. Little badass little bastards of God. They are. Mischief. Mischief making. Right? But we have the ability to say, let's all meet on the equator and give thanks on this day to the God we believe in. We meaning your country God over here. Everybody go to somewhere on the equator and call forth a collective prayer to the one God. By all nations, as a global earth citizen, you have to pray and give thanks to the one God as a collective, we are the world type of symphony. That is your job, earthlings. That is what you're here to do in the Aquarian age. That is the most highest and noblest thing that you can do, period, of all things that humanity can do. And hear me closely when I tell you this, because I'm saying out of all things, that is infinite. And I'm saying out of all infinite possibilities, the number one thing, that's a very bold fucking statement that I'm about to make, okay? The number one thing that humanity can do, must do, is to get on a harmonic convergence as a collective global citizen of the earth. That's what you are, earthling. And give thanks and praise for whatever it is you believe in. I don't give a fuck if you atheist. We know for sure without that sun, your atheist ass is gonna die, and everybody gonna die who believe. That's a fact. So your atheist ass give thanks for the fucking sun and shut the fuck up. Okay? As global citizens, that is your job. Got 2,000 years to get there. Now you can go bitching, moaning, complaining, not addressing the shit that really got you in attention, called slavery, and putting forth a goddamn bill and the plan together, which leads me to my next point, because I said, like I said, when I came in this shit, I was doing cosmic art of war and saying, hey, I think this is the legislative branch, I think this is the executive branch. So then I furthered that shit with a website called resolution444.com and wanted to get online signatures about such to make sure the fuck I ain't tripping. Because I thought that coming into motherfucking consciousness was about the progression of self, but most importantly for the people. Right? And so I'm like, oh, okay. All right. That's what it is. Then I'm in. I done already had one of my DNA implosions to get on this shit. You understand what I'm saying? So I thought that's what it was about. You know what I'm saying? It's not solely about that. It's not even the main objective as a collective community or whatever it is, right? I don't even call it community, but whatever. All right? The global citizen does a harmonic convergence. You're going to send a signal to source energy. God, cosmos, ether, atheist, fuck it, it don't matter where it goes. Come on, man. What are we doing? You know what I mean? Like, what are we really doing? What are we really doing? We really about to, and I gotta say it. But it's me picking on myself though, right? Seriously, I think I share my pain with you. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I'm just really authentically, really just sharing because, like I said, demigod. You know what I'm saying? Like, God, but goddamn half nigga. I ain't gonna be motherfucking wild about shit. You know what I'm saying? And I'll be like, goddamn. You know what I'm saying? What the This shit is crazy, man. It's crazy. Like, the level of revelation and the accuracy what motherfuckers be talking about. I mean, the shit that we got on record, and I be like, God, you fucking with niggas. You know what I'm saying? but noble niggas though. You know what I'm saying? Listen, man, we can motherfucking do some great shit. I mean, I ain't even just talk. Like we can do some great shit. Whatever we decide that we want to do, and we can make that a small circle. You know what I'm saying? To as big circle as possible. We can do some shit. Seriously. Seriously. Because if we don't, it's gonna be pure chaos, man. Pure chaos. Everything got its role, man. Everything got its role. Everything got its role. You know what I'm saying? I'll tell you something. I'll probably say it. The RGBT Q. If I misdid that, you know, my apologies for my ignorance. When they won the right to marry, that Supreme Court ruling, there was a rainbow over Washington, D.C. that day. Now, people, you're going to have to really ponder. Like, yo, wait a minute. If there ain't no white man with a machine somewhere making a rainbow appear, and that's what they use as, you know, their identity of community and nation, you're not going to convince me that that shit was a mere coincidence. They created that reality. Rightfully so. Rightfully so. Right? So we got to be the change that we want to see, man. Be the change that we want to see. I get tough on myself. I get on that, you know, talking some real shit to myself on, you know, you really gonna eat, you know what I mean, some chicken ribs, whatever, you know what I mean? Really? I said I don't want to. Now will my body conform to that? You know what I'm saying? Like, yes sir, I got you, thank you. I need a break. Or will the motherfucking evil virus parasites from within win the motherfucking battle? That's the real motherfucking battle. And so a lot of us gotta do that shit first before you can even be effective in the global game outside. You know what I mean? But some of us can be effective. We may not be our best, but why not just be your best? Why do I have to put something dead in my body? I don't have to do no shit like that. I'm fucking tripping. I ain't lost my motherfucking mind. If I think about it. If I think about it. I don't even feel like trying to justify it. And I think I'm a dope ass philosopher. I can justify any motherfucking thing, right? I can't justify that shit. I really feel okay about it. You know what I mean? So now we gotta clean up the temple, right? Let's clean up the temple time. Because it's Galactic activation time. It's time to get down. And it is coming to that time where it's time to get down and boogie. Right? The priest and priestess of you, the makers and creators of conscious creators, what we gotta do is just come up with the storyline, take it to a mountaintop, because the mountaintop has more higher elevation than the normal general civilian populace, right? So now your thought is raising higher than theirs, at least geographically, right? Right? But nah, that shit was always some shit in the Bible where you had to go up to the mountaintop type shit. You know what I'm saying? For real. Everybody was getting blessed on the mountain shit. Now, when we went to the mountains, God damn it, every time we do, there's a result that comes with that shit. See, that's why I say, hey, God damn it, ambassador of the Aquarian age, because, you know, listen, man, can I say it? Can I say it? It's been said. It's known. Listen, man, you're so powerful. And then I'll put it on somebody else. I always say it's you got the ability to bring a light ship into this reality. I always go back to the Hebrew Israelite Yahweh, praise the Yahweh, and the prophet Yahweh calls out, "Man, we did see something. I'm not sure what it is, but it's there." You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that's that real shit. Like that's I'm on the record. Got those. Like that's that real shit. Like what? Nation of Islam has got some dope ass shit. You know what I mean? It was like there's two scientists on every motherfucking corner. What? And these two scientists is supposed to be like when the baby when the mothership get here and the baby planes come out, there's two scientists on the corner letting you know what's up. Like these dudes were like the two witnesses and shit of the Bible, the book of Revelation. You know what I'm saying? And so I'm like, oh shit. Cause you know when it gets to that particular point, it's showtime when you get right there. When you progress to that point, it's showtime. See, remember, where we at in time? At the founding of the country, the Declaration, like the Declaration and whatnot, and the American Revolutionary War, Pluto is back in that same position as if it's supposed to be a new government, a transformation in a new form of government. Okay? We gotta make some real swift power moves and stop motherfucking cooning around. You ain't fucking with no Democrat, nigga. You're gonna have to motherfucking openly admit and acknowledge that the Democrat Party did have slaves, but this is why you choose to vote for this slaveholding party. You just gotta phrase it that way. Because I just want to be clear, because I don't think a lot of people know that the Democratic Party was really the slaveholding party and shit. Like, we know what happened. You know what I mean? Like, Barry Goldwater was a Republican. He wasn't really that fond of civil rights. Uh-oh. That's the party of Abe Lincoln. What do you mean you ain't no fond of civil rights? LBJ. Oh, you do the civil rights? Oh, okay, switch. We go to the Democratic team now. That's the Goldwater era right there. I think that's 67 maybe, if I'm not mistaken. But that's where a switch happened. But bump that. It ain't about Democratic and Republican, man. It's about motherfucking. If it is about Republicans, the Republicans fucked up, and y'all need some swag. You motherfuckers are scared to say motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? Like Republicans, the party of Abe Lincoln, the party that started in 1854 to start a bleeding Kansas, the party that started with the sole objection to abolish slavery. You was known as the abolitionist party and went no fucking secret about it. You declared that you was the party of motherfuckers who was gonna end this shit. The same motherfuckers who most of y'all was from a previous party called the Free Soil Party. So y'all was already on some free shit. Some of y'all from a previous party called the Whigs, where y'all a little bit more on the abolitionist side. Now y'all form a Republican Party and y'all said we are the party that's going to abolish slavery. That party, Republican Party, Abe Lincoln Republican Party. Oh nah, General Grant Republican Party. Nah. So the body politic we gotta create one for the people. You see it's permeating itself through consciousness. It's trying to come through Nori with Drink Champs at this time. Because it's always mentioned like wouldn't it be cool to have like a hip hop party and a hip hop union, hip hop party. You know what I'm saying? And you run your own. But here's the truth, Earthlings. It's all about geography. The northern cities are the cities that your ancestors ran to. Remember, the eclipse is marking a spot pretty much on the border, but it's in Illinois, which is technically the land of Lincoln, okay? Illinois is known as the land of Lincoln, all right? So the eclipse is taking place there, all right? And so these northern cities can have a sister city adjacent to it, like a twin city that's carved out within that county where we build our own, or one of those cities can voluntarily say we are allowing the new hip hop nation to rename this city whatever their citizens of consensus, which is just a private. The city ain't nothing but a fucking corporation. That's what we learn any damn way, and that's what it is. So technically, shit, if it's a matter of just creating a corporation, you know what I'm saying? Like you can have a city because a lot of counties are unincorporated counties. It's just nothing but farm shit. It's unincorporated. There's no municipal aspect of it. But then you would scream that you too far rural and you not you want to be in farmland. I agree with you 1,000%. These northern cities gonna turn the keys. The northern cities, there are a few northern cities that are really just waiting for the hip hop party. I'll call it that in a sense. But that's more of a vibe. That's more of the consensus of the culture. The culture party, the American party. That's what it really is. It's really the American party. Because, see, listen, if you ain't, shout out to Luda. Luda got dual citizenship. Akon. They're the only two motherfuckers I know who would go back to Africa and motherfucking live there and, do both. Okay? So niggas is American citizens, okay? Niggas love America. That's why they ass ain't leaving this damn place. They love it, okay? Now, since we're Americans, it's the American party that I'm talking about here, and that American party aspect of it. All right, can go into these cities. Chicago, I already told you. I'm gonna show you what Spirit is giving you. Illinois is trying to get Chicago to become the 51st state. So they can the other cities and towns of Illinois can get some aid and stop sending shit to fucking Chirac. Let them motherfuckers be their own shit. And that's interesting. This is a fact that the rest of Illinois, the land of Lincoln, the land where the eclipse, both American eclipses, where X marks the spot, also a town, I would have to say it, called Future City, right north of Cairo, Future City. It's not just talking about specifically on that tract of land. It's telling you about the whole state in itself. That's what the eclipse is telling you. Okay? This is why all your greatness is there that I talked about. Pyramid, Great Park, right? Great Pyramid Park they got, or Pyramid National Park. The cities, Thebes, the cities, Karnak, the cities that are named after cities in Egypt, Cairo. Okay? So the attention is here. And within the local politic of that state, the state is screaming, the land of Lincoln, they're screaming, hey, let Chicago be his own. Okay. Twister says some shit. Shout out to Twister. Chicago ain't a city, it's a nation. Right? Oh, but you do happen to have the Nation of Islam there. So maybe it should be his own city. Ain't that where Barack Obama's chief of staff went to when Obama got in office? Rahm Emanuel. He went straight into city politics and then ended up doing something with passing something that the Moors was using. Right? Like Obama said, we supposed to be in churches having some motherfucking real deal conversation like that shit you be watching on Netflix. You know what I'm saying? How we gonna square this motherfucking, not only the neighborhood up, the city up, and the state up, and the country up. It's time to have some real motherfucking boss talk. The Council of motherfucking 12. This shit been written about. The Council of 12. When you start fucking with the Council of 12, you start getting in these spiritual science, this a motherfucker that's coming to show you some shit on some galactic shit. If that ain't your conversation and cup of tea, then I would say, man, have a seat and let me build. You know what I'm saying? Like this information me and you got, this shit is fucking, it's truly, truly enlightening. You know what I mean? And priority. I think it's priority conversation. It's not something to be watered down and talked about every single day in the sense of the public and you know what I mean. If you guys study finance and business, you may know of Goldman Sachs because they big. You know what I mean? You may know Chase Bank because they big. But a lot of people don't know about a KKR unless you're in finance. Don't know about these cats. They billionaires. You know what I'm saying? They do billions in revenue and private equity ventures. I'm supposed to be squaring this thing up. I was the dude that came and said, "Yo, let's take Detroit." Did I not? Somebody with me from that time. I was the one that came like in 2013 on Facebook when I put everybody, but let's take Detroit. Shit, I'm thinking like, fuck it, Detroit fucked up. We can just put our motherfucking money up and we can just motherfucking start buying back the block. Shout out to Ross. Right? But I ain't never, you know what I'm saying? I ain't never approached these cats with the idea. You know what I'm saying? Because I never wanted to feel like, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even want to play the possibility of them even thinking I'm trying to tell them what to do. They're a grown ass man. You know what I'm saying? Like, why the fuck? I be a little bit reserved. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just saying if we all come and we gathering as fucking conscious community teachers or whatever, you know what I'm saying? This is a plan for the community that's right here spending their motherfucking money and watching and participating. You know what I'm saying? So this is with Freemasonry. I don't want to hear shit about Freemasonry, man. Freemasonry got you niggas faded. You conscious niggas may got some more information, and some of y'all don't even got that. But if you can, you may got something, and all right, cool. You may got no more information, cause them niggas is dogmatic in the lounge, in the lodge. They don't know. Them niggas ain't esoteric shit. But when it comes to being on point, community, passing an envelope of money. Such and such brother is dead. We made sure that his wife, the widow, was taken care of and gave her X amount of money and sent that bag. We also got a charity event that we doing this summer for this, and this is the amount of money that's now left over. We ain't got that kind of organization. I ain't seen it. So it's free enterprise right now, and that's cool. That's cool. That's cool. It's gonna be a couple of people that do free enterprise, and just gonna have to square this thing up. You know what I'm saying? But for those of you that's here, man, I really appreciate you, man, because to listen to me, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, damn, that's truly an honor. I appreciate that. You know what I mean? For real. And I realize that we are a rare breed when we can, understand, like, you know what I'm saying, cosmic energy, and I think it's just really coming from that core of we believe, you know what I'm saying, and but we got to put that shit to work, you know what I'm saying. So that looks like, they call it gathering ceremony, you know what I'm saying. It's about time I come out the shell and we start hitting some sacred sites and start activating, you know what I'm saying, because we have to charge the ether with the intention to govern these little silly people, these little badass earthlings. You know what I'm saying? And so some of us are considered to be light workers. Seriously, man, yeah, I ain't listen, man. I promise you, there's a book I got on the shelf right here. It's called "The Light Shall Set You Free." And this book's on Palladium. Like people like in the white spiritual circles, they be on some shit like they getting the channel from somebody. Y'all seen Abraham and Esther and shit. They getting the channel from somebody, and they'll tell you that the galactic stations are Artuis, Spica. We got star beams of Sirius, people from Vega, the Pleiades, and you supposed to have these different intelligent type of ascended type of master type of energy. You know what I'm saying? That exists from them worlds. And who the fuck is we to say that that's not true? Because we here, and then when we go to sleep, we gonna have dreams and shit. Meaning the thing that makes us alive, that we are aware of, this motherfucker is doing. He's doing whatever he want to do, and he off in the up dream world and shit. Unbeknownst to you, that's in bed. That shit amazes the hell out of me on how disconnected that we really are. That's the ultimate sign of disconnect. That's why I gotta give it to them goddamn Indian yogi boys, the Paramahamsa Yogananda, the Hari Nanda, the Sri Yukeshwars, you know, of course, the Baba G and Lahari Mashiachs, you know, to be able to reach a state of consciousness where the indwelling spirit, you take it out of your body, you're gone. Your heart stopped beating. Technically, you are dead because when you're alive, there's something that's in you. The electrical pulse is in you. You are motherfucking light. Like at the goddamn, you come, they're gonna put the paddles on you. Like at the core, you light. So all this shit is like, what the fuck is it? It's like it's just to a degree illusion and mask for the expression of the light that is within. So at the core that I know I'm light, I should be able to light up. Light, you know how fast light travels? And really you ain't even, it's not the light when you start to calculate thought, which processes so much faster than light. So much faster. Right? So now you the light. Shit. If we the light, then only thing we gotta do is send out a collective intention. Cause we the light. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That's it. But for real though, nah, thank you. You know what I'm saying? I really appreciate y'all, man. You know what I mean? Because, man, I be thinking like, be over. Motherfuckers understand what I'm saying? I understand what I'm saying? Shit. I ain't see King Simon. King Simon, what up, man? I didn't know you was in here. Yeah, man, for real, man. Hey, that's my Aquarian brother. You know? Shit. Nah, man. Give me some questions in the chat, man. What y'all want to do? I got a solid quarter riding with me on the late night, man. Appreciate it. You know? I'm on. It was about to be day 4, y'all niggas. Yeah, day 4. I'm glowing. I'm lying. I don't know if I'm glowing, but day 4. No, no dead food, man. I'm a living man. I'm a living God. What I want to put dead food in me for when I'm a living God? The story say you the true and living God. I say you the true dead God. I never heard that one. God is never dead. That defeats the purpose of God by a lot of people's beliefs. You know what I'm saying? But 5:39 in the UK. That's what up. Islam Moore, do you see what's happening this fall? Just came on the law. What up, Raymond Nell? Man, I ain't even looking, did no forecast, man. I haven't been looking for that. Because I know the big things that must be done. You know what I'm saying? And so other time I'll be busy doing my thing. Um, so I don't know as far as the fall season. You know what I'm saying? I haven't even looked at anything. I just haven't made an observation for the fall. The end of the year, I'm focused on closing it out. The year great. Um, COVID it didn't affect me in my world. In fact, we did record numbers in comparison too. So my story is totally different. Really trying to just focus my mental energy on being clear on where the pendulum is swinging each and every day. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes I kid you not, man. My people linked up with my people, and I just happen to look and see the goddamn moon outside. I'm like, oh, that's interesting. Wait a minute, that's Jupiter. Oh shit, it's in Aquarius. What the hell? I'm in Aquarius. Like you, that's the part of me you think I'll be like, but honestly, man, I'll be busy doing other shit. I ain't got time to be sitting up here just doing that. But I know what this energy is saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, who else gonna have to tell it to y'all? And it's happening right now in Aquarius. The whole Nat Turner connection. You know what I'm saying? This the whole location of it, of north and south, it's forming an X. An X, the American eclipse. When it cross paths, it's gonna look like an X. The 2017 path and the 2024 path, it's gonna make an X. The X is the symbol of the Confederacy. You understand what I'm saying? And this is why it becomes imperative that periodically um, you have to go to these places, these sacred sites, even Confederate sites, and you have to interject your spiritual energy there. Because those thought forms still exist. Don't think just because you got ancestors, you go, well, fuck it. You got Confederate ghosts as ancestors there. Right? Alright, so it's a battle of thought form. And so we got to be better groundskeeper, whether you at Native American mounds, which is more PowerPoints, um, which you can obviously use to interject shit into the ether because they're amplifiers. These sites, um, or like I said, um, we got to make a journey. Like, man, listen, I bet you if we ask the groundskeeper at the cemetery where I really think where Abe Lincoln is at in Illinois, how many black people come here and have a group of black people come here in celebration since you've been working here, I think they'd say no. I think niggas is so disconnected from such severe pain that we don't give Lincoln the motherfucking credit. You know what I'm saying? Like we don't give him no internal acknowledgement. We think that it was tricked, something was up his sleeve. You know what I'm saying? Then when they cut up his speeches, that really make you think he was just like them. And there's no way he was just like them. This motherfucker got his brains blew out with his wife. I keep saying that is absolutely foul, out of pocket. If there's rules to homicide, you weren't supposed to do that. You understand what I'm saying? She could have had her last night. You understand what I'm saying? Just I thought it was certain rules to the game. You know what I mean? But nah, Abe wasn't the same. It wasn't the same. Nowhere near the same. And so, and they know it. That whole rule of 41, the quarter, the dime, the nickel, or silver, and they all facing this way, but Abe Lincoln is on the brown coin and he's facing the total opposite way, as if he turned his back on them. No, he didn't. He didn't turn his back on them. Abe Lincoln was the final expression of, and then the domestic aspect of slavery. Somebody had to stop the importation of slavery, and then somebody had to stop the exportation of slavery, and then somebody stopped the domestic aspect of slavery. That's what happened. All right. All right, man. So look, man, personalized. You can look at Aquarius in your own chart, see where that is for you for the full moon. See how groups of people can help you out. See how that group of people can obviously help you go for abundance and expansion, because Jupiter's in Aquarius. All right, so this is the time to really hone into your friends and groups of people to help you learn, obviously, which is a symbol of growth and whatnot, but most importantly, help you prosper. Okay, help you prosper. Hence, this Aquarius created the Prosperity Investment Group. I'm Buzz Light years ahead of you. Okay, all right. That's my tagline. Buzz Light years ahead of you, boy. All right. And so, yeah, man. If y'all need me, feel free. Get at me. Hit me up. Hit me up. Hit me up. Hit me up, man. You know what we doing. I don't even feel like advertising and shit, man. You know what we do. But hit me up. Stay posted. Activate, and I'll see y'all on the next one. All right. Peace.